Start with fire, add oil, let it simmer. From the crew at 58 Surf and Stab, this isn't just a podcast, it's a sensory experience. Fresh from the coast, full of flavor, and prepared to perfection. Well, kinda. This is 58 Surf and Turf. Let's get cooked. All right, welcome back to another episode of 58 Surf and Turf. Today, we have Nico from Wavegliders with us. Nico, how we doing?
Thank you for having me here. Pleasure to be with you guys.
You are an incredible surfboard shaper, and we are.
Thank you.
There's actually, it's not even subjective; it's objective. I believe, was it just this last year that you got second place in the boardroom
show? Best, second best in show.
I mean, is that not as objective as you can get to just saying this is a good surfboard? If the people there are saying it's good, I think we can call you.
California says so. I'll take it. Thank you very much.
But no, very familiar with your boards and what you do. You also have a shop here in town. I guess let's just dive straight into surfboards. You mentioned, that show went down in California, and obviously California is a place with a ton of surf history. You strike me as somebody who's quite inspired by, let's say, like 60s era California. Would I be wrong in assuming that?
Well, 60s is a big part of my influences, but probably starts a bit before Simmons, and it comes from there.
Okay.
The legacy left by Simmons for the modern surfboard.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about modern surfboards, you can't really not name his name.
Yeah, because he's the first one to think on hydrodynamic architecture on surfboards.
Yeah.
And everyone else after follows the path of hydrodynamics in a chase of the best, what the best surfboard would be, or chasing the functionality on hydrodynamics on a surfboard.
Yeah, I think I was scrolling your Instagram just earlier today, and I saw, I'm going to guess, it was either in your shop or maybe your factory, but I saw a frame copy of Lindsay Lord's, what's the title exactly? Just the planing hulls book.
Lindsay Lord, Naval Architecture of Planing Hulls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was, it's not an easy book to read.
No.
Because there's a lot of
technical stuff.
It's very technical, but it's funny because you're reading it and you're like, oh, right. You have by experience, then you see it in the book, like in actual
written
naval or architectural formulas. Like, oh, okay, I know this from practicing from my daily work, but it has a foundation on universe, on the physics, and this guy managed to write it down in drawings and mathematical formulas.
Yeah.
It's not an easy reading, but for a shaper, interesting, and it gives you the ensures you that that you're doing right, or so that's it. That's how it works.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Something a little bit more backup, other than just surfboards are so experiential, right? It's like a good board is a board that feels good to you, and a bad board is one that doesn't, or the wrong board, let's just say, because I mean, they came from pieces of wood, right? Like, obviously we've all had boards that they don't really want to do exactly what we're telling them we want them to do. But I don't know, I like to think about surfboards in the sense that, like, hey, we came from riding pieces of wood, and I even have an Ally at home that I'll pull out sometimes. It's still as fun as you can get. Like, if you're on a wave on that thing, you're having a blast, right? And so sometimes I feel like you know, if you take that
Like
broad
you're riding
perspective,
a piece of hand grenade, a shred of an hand grenade, and you riding on it, riding a wave on it, on a
yeah,
piece on a chip of wood. It's quite interesting.
yeah, it's just like if that's what we came from, then you know, I'd say it's hard to find a surfboard that like you really deem bad or like you can't have fun on, because you can have fun on a piece of wood,
Yeah.
you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
You
Totally.
can have fun on a piece on a little piece of wood on a pipe or going on your belly with your friends on a Sunday at the beach with almost no waves, and you're still having a blast
Yeah,
just by
exactly. I think
staying on the beach and
getting a few waves,
getting a few waves.
enjoying the ocean. Nice. Well, you mentioned Simmons, but who else have you? I guess maybe we'll get there. But instead of asking that question, I'll ask you: how did you get into making boards?
So that was 1989, and I'm from the same beach as Luffy, that had started building boards a few years before, and there was nothing back then. There was no surf industry, or what existed was basically in the beginnings. Poland cement started like in 1982, before it was lipstick. They older than I. The first surfboard brands, wetsuits. The first wetsuits built in Portugal. Luis Narciso was building the off the wall, and
Nuno Jane Alida.
Johnny Alida, and there was no information. There was no surfboard building culture or tradition. And for me, when I realized that you can make a surfboard at home, I want to make one.
Yeah,
And it was a curiosity, and I never stopped since.
So you found a blank, then I'd imagine you were able to source one somewhere.
So there was a place, the only place you could buy materials in Lisbon, Luís Falcão, with Burford blanks and a can of resin and a few yards of fiberglass. Was funny that I can't remember the name of the can't remember his name, but even after 30 years and after I became an older man, he used to tell the story that how young Nico used to come in the bus and buying 2 blanks and a can of resin and go back home by bus and ask the driver, "Hey, can you please excuse me, just wait a second so I can
Load my blank.
load up my blanks in the bus."
Yeah.
So that's old school.
Yeah.
That's where it all
By bus.
started. By bus. No driving license. Yeah, it was 14.
14.
14.
14.
Wow.
Wow.
How did those first few boards turn out?
What's that?
How did those first few boards you made turn out?
The first?
The first few boards, yeah. How'd they go?
Man. So no school. Well, the first I had the help from the first board I ever made was with the help from Rabbit. Rabbit was connected with the org project, org surfboards, up to a while ago, and again we're from the same beach, and he had a project called something generation. I don't know. New generation, something like that. So he had built a few boards, and I was like, "Hey, would you help me teach me how to make a surfboard?" And I said, "Yeah." I had the garage at home and power planner at the place, and he came, he showed me how. First boards, I even, dude, I've cried, to be honest. sometimes when I there was blanks that went straight to the trash. Yeah.
And especially after the journey they took to get there, just on the bus, and
Yeah.
just to end up in the trash. That's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, man.
What was the name of the brand back then?
I had many projects with friends from the neighborhood. I had Blast, Close Out.
Close Out.
Close Out. There was a few projects. It was nothing, but just
Just kids having fun and trying to shape.
trying to shape.
Well, you ended up with something a little bit more aspirational with Wavegliders than Closed Out. Nobody's really
Yeah.
nobody's interested in that.
Didn't close out.
Well, Wavegliders came after.
Yeah, you had to get through a few closeouts before you got there.
Yeah.
I got a few closeouts until I got there. But it's been fun. It's been a fun path.
Well, I was going to ask this before, but other than Simmons, who are some other people that you really look to for inspiration in shaping, or somebody who you just think makes truly beautiful boards?
Well, in order to give a good foundation for what I'm doing, Joe Quigg, the father of modern surfboards, that worked along with Bob Simmons, George Greeno, Steve Lees.
Thanks for the fish, brother. Doesn't get royalties on that.
We should all pay $1 to Stevie for each time we ride a fish,
Or at least let him get some waves on his kneeboard. Give him priority.
Like Simon and Anderson, we would have to pay him a lot, huh?
Oh yeah.
Not you. You said one fin's all you need. You wouldn't have to pay Simon nothing.
I met Steve last year, and I thank him for his gifts to the surfing community. And his wife came with a joke and said, "Yeah, you should pay $1 to the man." And it's true. It's
she must have a lot of opportunities to make that joke.
yeah.
A lot of thrusters getting around. What do you think? I mean, we talked about before how, we were talking about your success at the boardroom show and what makes a good surfboard there, just in the sense of that being an actual, competition, if you will. But to you, what defines a beautiful board or a good surfboard?
So for me, surfboard is two things: functionality and beauty, and elevated to a state of art in all the stages, from shaping to glassing to stringers to colors to tail blocks to resin, the old craftsmanship skills, all together in one wave riding device, all together in. But it just needs to be hydrodynamically functional. All the rest is just riding a beautiful surfboard.
A beautiful plug.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some people, I don't really have this theory, but especially like people who paint their own boards, I feel like I've had the theory that the better the paint job, the worse the board's going to go. Just like it's just the world fucking with you in a way. So it's hard to get all that right, isn't it?
Well, there's some boards that my personal experience. There's some boards that are hard to give it to the client, deliver it, because the energy they made with so good, and in the end the result was so good that it's like, oh shoot, this is a nice board. I want to keep it to myself. I feel like almost calling the client, say, hey, I have to make you a new board because this one fell on the ground and I need to
Yeah.
broke it. I need to make you a new one because they
Have you ever done that?
No, but I've thought about it a couple of times.
Including mine?
It was yours. Went through a good energy process too. It started with the stringers and the collar and the fin, and in the end, everything came out together, and it feels good. And I was happy for you to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure.
lovely.
Especially if you have the personal relationship with somebody, you know, it's going to bring them a lot of joy.
Of course.
Yeah.
We also built a copy for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a smooth operator too.
Yeah.
Oh no, the fish,
The fish.
the
Yeah.
fish, the
big
triple
fish.
stringer fish.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you're saying, you know, talking about taking an art forward, I'll call it, approach to every step of surfboard manufacturing. There's some stuff happening in the world that I'm not sure if that's the same mindset. There's a good bit of overseas manufacturing. There's a good bit of more and more machinery getting involved. What are your thoughts on things kind of shifting that way in some areas of surfboard manufacturing?
Well, we need affordable boards for people that are starting surfing for the first time. They don't have a big budget, and they don't need
State-of-the-art.
high-end kind of type of a board, and that's legit.
So for that, you're just talking like a foamy from like Decathlon.
What's that?
For that, you're just saying it's okay to just go buy like a foamy at Decathlon. I mean,
Most of the times, yeah. For the first experience, some of them will try it for 2 weeks surfing experience, and they won't think about surfing anymore in life, or they start with a torque, and later, couple of years later, they're ready to get like a better board, and that's where I hope they know where to find the shaper to make it happen. So it's complicated because each board made overseas is one less board made by the local shaper, but that's the way it is. It's you can't make them all.
yeah.
Shaping machines, also legit when you have a design fully developed and you want to reproduce it in a consistent way. That there's the place for shaping machines. As hand shaping is the way of giving room for creativity. It's part of the developing process of a surfboard. Even mistakes that happen one day, the next day you come and you grab that board and you just, that actually can lead you into a different direction.
Yeah.
So that's the room, that's a place where hand shaping is I don't want to repeat legit, but
Yeah.
That's a fine word.
Legit. Yeah.
so everything has its own place, and no not against anything. not
Yeah.
against overseas production. Well, in one aspect, it's not fair. The prices they get into in the country, and we can't compete with it. But well, again, we have to fight for our market, for our clients, present a best quality in order to capture market. So
That's interesting. I mean, if you had time after we actually had a speedo and a chainsaw, and we're gonna see if you want to just kind of chainsaw up some of the boards back here, like Peter Schroff did. But I guess that's you seem to have a very level take on it.
Peter is a funny guy. It's probably his message is like it's killing the modern times. It's just it's more like a art expression of his beliefs as a surfboard. Peter is pretty legit. Peter was a great surfer back in the days and a very good shaper.
He just seems like such a fascinating character too. Like I think the
is.
surf world's just better off having people that are just so on their own kind of wavelength like him involved, you know?
But that's it. It's probably just telling us that modern surfing is crap and is doing his job, killing the bad
The bad guys.
the bad seeds or the poison ivy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and
It's a statement.
yeah, I think there is a, you know, it was performance art, right? He
Performance.
ended up just for a project we did at Stab. Actually, he worked with Hayden. Just they helped build a board together for one of our electric acid surfboard test things. So, you know, obviously, it was just a way for him to express something he was feeling, and you know, it seems like they didn't take it too personally between Hayden and him, and so
Well, it's a mass produced boards. Some people will say that boards with no soul, but boards have no soul. Boards are just pieces of plastic made for us to
riding waves.
riding waves and having fun. It's just a kid's toy.
yeah, yeah,
Nothing much in that.
Or an adult toy.
It's a kid. Yeah, well, it's in the words of João Valente, when it gave me the best definition of surfing. He said once that surfing is a kid's play that keeps us young. So surfboards are just kids' toys.
yeah.
That's good.
For
That's-
us to
yeah.
have fun catching waves and keeps us young.
Yeah, but I mean, there's an element I'd argue that like
It's no big deal. We shouldn't take it too serious. Like, I was checking the JS boards. Cool, they're made out of carbon, new technologies. But in the end, they're just toys. Just don't take it too serious. It's just a surfboard.
yeah, but so is everything, right? Like if you think about somebody buying like a Porsche or something, it's like, is that any different from like a 3-year-old kid like saying he needs the Steve McQueen fucking car thing? It's like, yeah, I need this. Like, you don't.
There's nothing wrong on a Porsche, man.
Nothing wrong with a surfboard either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have 30.
you have 30 boards.
30 boards. I think I had more, but yeah, I work with a lot of other shapers, and I always kept one of or asked them to make me a board, and that was part of my research and development process of writing other shapers' boards in order to understand their view, their perspective. So I've been collecting boards
if you could keep only one, somebody came tomorrow and said, gun to your head, 29 boards are leaving, you get to keep one.
Shoot me. Or I shoot you. Or I shoot you myself. It's impossible because they're all different. I love them all. They all have their place in different surfing conditions. And I couldn't say that I love this board more than that one because they're all different. And I've one day waves are head high, next day they're knee high, and a different board, and that's the right board for that day, and that's the best board. That's the board I love the most that day.
Yeah. What's the way that you can kind of try to at least describe like the diversity of boards in there? Like if you think about two boards that you have in your quiver that are pretty dramatically different, is there a way to just kind of highlight two of them that shows just kind of the range of what we're working with here?
Oh, I would say one board from my lineup, the butter knife, super light weight as a butter knife. It's something just skinny with one purpose only. It's like a classic high performance longboard. It's made to be lighter, thinner, faster, in opposition to Adam's Davenport miscreant he shaped for me last time, which is like a totally surf time travel back to the 60s. Adam is old school, and it is not willing to change anything. It comes from Gene Cooper and Gene Cooper's school, and boards are like that, and that's it.
They don't change.
So it's the total opposite sides of the spectrum.
I feel you.
So is Gene Cooper and Lance Carson, as you can imagine, where he comes from. So in one side you have a high performance, modern, classic longboard. On the other side you have very classic, old school, nothing changed from how it should be.
Yeah.
Let's say. So it's interesting because in different different type of waves.
Yeah.
For instance, in Wavegliders on the nice head high day, the butter knife works like amazingly, and the next day with knee high waves, it's a crappy board.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Just gotta let
the involvement I have with
the day decide. Nice. Is there a certain surfer that comes to mind, or even like an era of surfing that you just thought was the most appealing way to ride waves?
Sorry again, please.
Is there a certain surfer, like I don't want to say your favorite surfer or your favorite era in surfing, so the way I want to word it is like, is there something that just feels the most most beautiful or most interesting to you in terms of wading? Any person or era come to mind?
The Conklin brothers, they're quite interesting. The way they surf. Patrick, I think, there's a video of him surfing like, I don't give a fuck, I don't care. Some people would say, I don't like that style, but for me that's like Miles Davis on a free jam session. I would say Phil Edwards would be also the same, very interpretation kind of surfing. Nothing everything is random. It happens in the moment. It's effect of what's happening in the wave, and not something that's premeditated or
Instinctive.
is very instinctive. So I would say Phil Edwards is a big inspiration in me, for sure.
Yeah. How do you think about something like progression, right? Like you talked before about craftsmanship and how part of what's appealing to you about making surfboards is just having this long process where everything has to go exactly right and it's so hands-on, it's so creative. How does progression fit into that? Are you concerned with it, or do you just want to take something that you know works, do it as well as it can be done? And
so everything I do is progression. So there's the basis, there's the blueprints, but the goal is to give it a natural progression to the present days. Like when I don't believe I'm stuck in the past. It's more like I use the past as a way to understand where the direction I wanna go. So progression is super important, very important, in order to understand the moment, understand what you're doing in a moment and what you're doing next.
yeah, what do you want to do next? What direction are you progressing? What's appealing?
It's funny, like I said before, sometimes what comes next comes from a mistake. Comes from actually a nightmare or a dream that comes with the need of expressing it in the next morning. I don't know. I would be rich if I knew my next move or what's the next trend, but it comes pretty much from the disaster or from chaos or from peace or from a daydream or a nightmare. Somewhere comes somewhere in that area.
Okay.
And the need of express it after. That's the real trick is actually then going back to the shaping lab and try to put it into into a physical, in something that actually exists.
Yeah, I understand.
It comes from an idea, from something that from a talk, from a conversation between two friends into, okay, let's try to express it into something that we actually can ride and use.
Yeah.
It's a natural organic process, I would say.
Nico, but you don't shape only classical or inspired in classical surfboards. You also shape shortboards, actually.
I used to shape like 1,000 thrusters a year.
That comes from your background.
It comes from my background, and I don't want to do it anymore. I don't ride them anymore. There's other guys that the present days can do it. They developed a lineup of boards and working with surfers in that order. Something that I don't want to do it.
When you were doing that, was it for your label, or was it were you doing?
I was working for other labels.
Okay.
But I was still riding thrusters and high performance longboards and classic longboards and building different type of craft for myself, and also building thrusters for the paycheck every day.
Yeah.
But it got to a point that I stopped riding them and I focused on the boards I wanted to build and ride, and Wavegliders suddenly started.
Yeah. So we talked before we started recording about some of the places you've lived just to work building surfboards. You mentioned Santander in Spain. You mentioned,
Osegor.
Southwest France. What has it taken you anywhere else? And
Gencho.
It took me to Hawaii, California many times. Actually, all my traveling is about surfboard building slash surfing, but combined with surfboard building.
yeah, do you have a favorite place you visited?
What's that?
Is there a favorite place that you visited?
Hawaii for sure is for me is I'm not sure if I should be saying this because I don't want people to go there because it's such a nice place and you really need to have the right mentality. But Hawaii for me is a promised land. It's a place I love.
Yeah. Any shapers there that you really just look to as heroes?
Oh, still, yeah. Al Chapman, I had the chance of riding one of his boards last time. My friend Josh Peterson, we were surfing every day with Ashton Gogans. We were swapping boards every morning and talking boards and talking surf culture and surfer magazines and Josh kept, hey, you have to try this Al Chapman's board. The board was like, the rail was this big.
Yeah.
And he said, man, this is that hard rail they were doing back in the days with, comes from Mike Hinson, the hard edges, hard rails on the bottom. And I was like, yeah. So one morning I said, you're taking this board today? Yeah, of course. And it was was amazing. It wasn't, it was a big board. It was a 10.6 and it didn't felt the board was so big.
Yeah.
So Al is still living, one of the greatest big guys in Hawaii on the North Shore.
Yeah.
But how long is a longboard? 10.6? Come on.
How long is a longboard?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have a 10 that you ride.
I have an 11. One of my favorite boards was a 10.6 glider that it felt like a 6'10" or a 7-foot Midland. It was a board that Rob Machado surfed in Figueira da Foz last year before he got run over by one of the the greedy guys.
Whoops.
Yeah. And that board was like a speed dialer. Like you think on something and the board would just do it.
What do you have to do to make a board do that? Is that like fin placement? Is that rail? Is that rocker? Is it
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it's just everything. The rocker is perfect. The edges are perfect. Fin placement, thickness of the rail. So it's all those little elements that, this is a great,
Everything combined.
everything combined that makes it. That's why there's some magic boards and some are just good boards.
Yeah.
So who are your clients? The regular client for Waveglider surfboards.
So, someone over 30s, also some clients on his 20s. But the client that knows what he wants is he understands surfboards and knows how to get them.
What's your ratio between custom boards and boards that I guess go to retail?
Rack.
Yeah.
Boards off the rack.
Yeah.
Well, when you're building a board, when I'm building a board, it doesn't matter if it's a board that goes for the shop, for the rack, or it's a custom board. I put all my energy. I love shaping boards. And so all the boards I shape, I put all the energy, all I know in order to make a nice board. Maybe tomorrow you stop by the shop, you pick up a board off the rack, and and you love it, and it's a great board. And maybe we have the chance to be together, and you tell me, "Hey, Nico, I just got a board from you, and it's really nice. I really had a great time surfing that board." So I put all my energy and experience on every board I make. So there's no much difference from, well, a custom is a board that I'm building for a specific purpose. But I try to make them all with the same energy, with the same, put all my experience on every board that comes out of my hands.
Nice. What's the process to order a custom board through you? Is it I'm sure you don't just say, "Hey, I need something in liters."
Yeah, well, how many liters? That was my question. How many liters do I get?
I need 29.3 liters tomorrow.
The what? Beer? Or gasoline? That's the only liters I understand. I don't understand liters.
Maybe a bit of both, and we can have a big bonfire.
Yes.
Well, liters is very relative, and it's something that comes out of the surfboard design program, and it's for very good surfers. It's very important, even if it's for the mental aspect of they use, you know that professional surfers, they don't like changing much, and 27.5 liters is 27.5 liters on that type of model. But we used to make great boards before that, and I would say we use the thumb rule of well, more or less like here it works, and most of the times it works.
Yeah.
It's the way it always been.
Nice. But I was kind of joking about liters there, but it was really interesting to hear your take on it. Especially I agree that like for some people it is important, and I think even for a lot of people, if there's one thing that you're going to know about a surfboard, if you're going to distill it into one number, liters is the easiest thing to understand. You don't the height of the board is not going to tell you that much. It could be, a 5'8" by, it could be a little narrow 18-inch board for a kid, or it could be 21-inch fish. Like it's, I feel like if there's just one number that you're going to go off of, it's helpful.
It's like Billy Stewart, those funny videos he made. Like you can have 40 liters and a very stretchy board, or a very potato-shaped board, and different rockers on the same amount of liters can change the board totally, the way it paddles. So it's a number. There's many other numbers on a surfboard: rockers, thicknesses, how you distribute thickness over the center or over the rails. I think it's more like experience combined than just one number defining the old board.
Yeah.
Do you feel that like there's some lack of surfboard knowledge in the surfing world right now?
Always been. Surfers, they don't know shit about surfboards. But they hold it under their arms, and they say it feels good, and I think that's
That's a measure. Yeah.
That's a more important measure than the leaders. When the surfer holds the board in their arms, say, "Well, I could ride this. This feels good. This feels right," and but usually they don't know anything about rockers, rails. One big misconception is, the hedge of this board. This board should hold a lot. And I said, no, the edge actually does the opposite. It releases the water, creating lift and making the board goes fast. Oh, but doesn't the edge holds the board on the turns? No, it releases the water. What holds the board is the thickness of the rail. That's what gives you the penetration, therefore the control. And the combination of penetration control with water release, that's what makes the magic happening when you have speed and control combined in a very efficient way. And they're like, okay. So shapers and surfers, they don't know much about surfboards, and a shaper will always be required for those little,
of course,
or even to educate if the shaper is willing to share his knowledge with the. It's something that I really like doing when people come to my factory. I like showing them how boards are built, and I like talking boards and sharing this information with people that comes to the factory or even at the shop, or just talking boards, talking experiences.
I've heard people criticize, like, to at least to some degree, people who, there's people that can just shape, let's say, not many, like shape 100 boards, start to be able to make some at least somewhat decent looking boards, and then rely on excellent craftsmanship from laminators to just take their somewhat functional board and just make it into something that's actually going to go all right. Do you feel that to any degree?
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that glassers nowadays, they've been saving a lot of shapers' asses.
Yeah.
With the quality of their glass jobs, they polishing turds pretty much.
And you've done a lot of work laminating boards, right?
Yeah. Tom Parrish, Channel Islands, Josh Hall, Ryan Lovelace, Michael Arnolds, I don't know, Doc Lausch,
Yeah.
Gary McNeil, Donald Brink, Neil Purchase Jr.
Some big names there.
I've been working with some interesting cats.
What are some of the secrets to a good glass job? I feel like that's a topic you don't hear explored too much.
Well, there's no big science. If there's no bubbles, no dry spots, no extra resin, that's a good glass job, basically.
It just takes some time to master that skill, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the little trick is to master is, and while resin going off, to manage to make it right.
Yeah. Have you hung with Jack Reeves in Hawaii?
No, I haven't met with him.
Okay. He's he's glassed a lot of surfboards. Next time I'm sure Ashton could link you up.
I hope so. Next time I have the chance to.
Nice.
You've been to Hawaii a few times now.
Yeah, 3 times. No. First time 2007. I wanted to stay there. It stayed in my system for many years. I couldn't get Hawaii out of everything resembled Hawaii. Driving on my way to work in Ginchu, I felt like I was driving through Waimea roads, and I had the chance to go now twice in the past few couple of years.
Nice.
And last time for shaping trip that started in California and ended up in Hawaii. Not sure.
Who are some of your favorite surfers today? Like,
On longboards, I would say Andy Nibbles, very interesting surfer. Torren Martin. The Conklin brothers. With that, I don't give a fuck attitude. And surfing pretty well. I don't follow much the WSL
yeah.
thing.
Let's go with Torton Martin. I feel like he's a good one. And this is going to be my last question for you, actually. Miguel might have more, but last question for you. Torton Martin is coming to town. Koshos is like, it's not too big. It's head high, maybe a little bit bigger on the set, but not like, nothing crazy, not double overhead, kind of intense. You're going to build him a board. What would you want him to see right out there? What would you want to build him for, like
6.6 twin fin pin
6.6 twin pin?
with channels.
Nice. Go on.
Go on.
Say more.
Definitely the Mystery Machine, the board that I got the best in show. We took that board to Hawaii. We put it in Rocky Point, and was hard to keep it in the pocket because the board wanted to go faster than the wave itself. So I think it would be a very interesting board for Koshos.
Yeah.
On a 6.4.
Okay. On that.
Koshos needs some paddling power.
Volume.
You want everything to be right.
Well, when you said the 6.6 twin pin, what would the channels be exactly?
So it's twin with 2 channels between the fins. That gives you, the water keeps like getting projected off the tail of the board. If on the inside side of the channel, it releases the water, on the outside it's going to catch it and conduct it out the tail. And we had really good experiences and feedbacks with Miguel Ruivo's son, with Zé, and Koshos solid double. I wouldn't say triple because that's maybe too much, but solid double overhead on the is 6.6 twin fin pin, and great results. Riding the barrel in and out, bottom turns, and I would say that's the right word for that type of wave. It's a perfect wave, and channels fit pretty well on a wave like that.
Cool.
We were talking about boards, but you love to ride, and it's not only boards, right?
What's that?
You love to ride, but not only boards.
I ride live.
What do you ride more?
Well, I ride motorcycles. Yeah. I had a few. I sold one recently because it was too many.
Oh, you sold that one.
The Sportster. But yeah, riding motorcycles is something that it's the same feeling. Freedom. Well, it matched it. We all like speed. We're speed freaks. So
You also like old cars?
yeah,
Why?
I'm an old spirit. I'm an old person.
Old soul.
Old soul. And I like burning money. I like throwing
Cash barbecue.
throwing money into the fire pit.
Don't we
Well,
all?
actually, you told me that recently you went back to riding some other vehicles that you were not going into for a long time, like a snowboard.
Oh man, that's something that was totally
Hidden,
no. It was
dormant.
done. It was like back in when everybody had the snowboarding, skiing fever. Sorry, just let me check this thing up. And I've been wanting to go every winter. Well, I have to go to the mountain. I miss going to the mountain. And last winter, I went to the mountain, and like the monster just got
Woke up.
woke up
Woke up.
again. Like, oh, this is fun because this is like endless riding.
Yeah.
Just when it gets to the end, it just catches the chair up again and like straight down. And I think I got addicted again. It's something old that's new again.
Quite a few of the California shapers are into it. Papeolas, I think Christensen's into it.
Yeah,
Those guys love it.
good. It's speed. It's fast. It's carving. It's effect. It's good. And it was done. It was something that done. And it got woken again.
You got inspiration from that also? To shape?
Well, two different mindsets, two different worlds. I think it's like a drug addict. You're just enjoying the moment of what you're doing. Is like going fast down the hill, carving, speeding, and you want more. When you get to the bottom, you want, let's do it again.
Let me ask you about something. You also created a community around your work, and at some point you got a surf shop, a Waveglider surf shop. Why?
Because it was the natural progression. I helped opening Rui Ribeiro's. Rui Ribeiro was my sales rep in the beginning of Wavegliders, and he helped me starting Wavegliders. And when he opened Magic River, I helped him opening, and Magic River was, and I have to thank them for that, was a showroom for my work. And it got to a point that I needed to have my own place that would be, again, the expression of myself, to be a place that you visit and you say, oh, this is Nico's shop, this is Nico's place. It was totally, it was built by us, and it reflects pretty much who I am.
What do you have there that you can see in a? We are in a huge surf shop. 58 Surf Shop is probably one of the biggest surf shops in Europe. You have boards here too, but your surf shop is kind of cozy, small. It doesn't have a lot of things. What is the difference?
Is that a trap question?
No. It's
You said we're at 58. It's a great surf shop. In what aspect your surf shop is better than 50?
not better. It's like different.
It's a small place. First of all, everything is closed. It's just people involved, they care. They care to give you the best solution for what you're looking for. It's not just a store. It's a place where you go looking for a fin, and people you connect with is we'll try to conduct you into the best option, and we'll give you their personal feedback and experience based on that. It's not just oh, what's the difference between this fin and that? Well, one is big and the other one is small. They will try to conduct you into the best option. It's a small place. It's everything is condensated.
Is it like your sponsored surfers because you have like a small group of surfers that you help?
Yes. The question is?
The question is it like your surf shop, a cozy place? Your team, is it a cozy place that with people that you hang out with?
Well, it's the reflection of what we believe, and I don't know. It's the reflection of our experience in surfing. It's a place where we celebrate our culture, whatever that is. It's a place where we only sell what we believe in. It's not made of massified things.
What kind of wax do you sell?
The best
Sex wax would come.
sex wax.
Thank you. That's what I go with.
Sex wax.
Is that it? Do you have options?
That's it. No,
I back that.
it's not a democracy.
It's not a democracy. It's a surf shop.
It's a surf shop. We sell the best wax, and that's it. That's what you get. Sex wax. There's no white butts. There's no white wetsuits with the butts stained in white or sticky. Just sex wax.
Yeah. Nice.
But after all, punk's not dead, right?
Punk's not dead. I don't think so. Punks are alive and kicking, and as long as there are oxygen and wheelchairs, we'll still going to punk rock shows. And
Sometimes you do them in your surf shop, right? Some gatherings
I haven't made a punk rock show
yet.
But I want to. And we've been talking on the small stage with a band, and then someone says, but they're gonna break everything. It's like, oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's keep it in project. But we've been making some peaceful gatherings, some cinema nights, some just gatherings for beer and good vibes and music.
To your point earlier, if you wait long enough for the punk rock thing, they'll all be in wheelchairs, so you won't really have to worry about them breaking things.
True. But the problem is that because punk's not dead, is that the young generation, and it's something that it's fun to watch on punk rock shows. You might think there's something from the past, and all punk rockers are old dudes wearing sleeveless jackets and pins attached on. But there's a lot of young kids, skaters and kids like back in the days that were into music and bands, and it's cool to see the younger generation going to punk rock shows, and the same, they love having the old punk rockers still going to punk rock shows. They show a lot of respect for us.
Yeah, it validates it in a way. I have some friends that are organizing, it's the third year maybe they're doing it, but in Biarritz in France, a festival called the Woodscote that has like surf, skate, and music. And they're very passionate about this claim that they organize 29 different musical acts and 0 DJ sets. Not one. And they're like some of the most kind of punk kids I know, and they're younger than me by a decade. So I think it's awesome to see. Yeah, it's awesome to see the younger kids relating to that and just bringing that energy to our world.
And they love seeing you there for some reason. It's the same culture, and I don't know. They look at us as not the forefathers, but some of them they say, I would love to be there back in the 90s on the punk rock scene. Like, yeah, you should have asked your parents to make you a person, to make you earlier before.
Yeah.
All right, I'm okay with this interview.
Yeah, it was a real pleasure.
Thank you so
Nico.
much, Nick.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Where
guys.
can we find you? Just that one.
Where can you find me? Well, behind a pile of...
And your surfboards.
You can find me in Ericeira, both at the factory and the shop. Easy to find. Wavegliders surfboards, Wavegliders surf shop.
And in the water sometimes.
In the water sometimes, hopefully. If you don't have a Google, just when you get to Ericeira, just ask where is Wavegliders and everybody will point it to you.
Easy enough. Well,
Easy to find.
that is where to find him. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Cool.
Sometimes English just...
Ah,